Hello, my name is Celeste Dyer. Welcome to JCD Alternative Solutions. Today we will talk about Medicaid planning. What is Medicaid planning? Many of us do not think about Medicaid until we need it. What if I told you that the time to think about Medicaid and understand how it may affect your specific situation is now? If you are new to Medicaid or understand very little about the topic, don't worry, you have tuned in to the right channel. If you choose, take the time now to subscribe to my channel so that you have it handy when you need to return to view updates. Thank you for joining me as we venture down the path of understanding Medicaid planning and why it must be considered. First, let's understand that Medicaid is not Medicare, therefore Medicare is not Medicaid. They are related and managed under the CMS umbrella, however, each program has very different eligibility requirements. Next, remember, no two paths to Medicaid planning will be the same, so forget about what happened to Sally and Bob, because their circumstances are totally different from yours and the outcomes will vary according. Medicaid planning may include but is not limited to creating shelters for your assets, prepaying for end-of-life services, reducing the number of financial institutions that you are currently using, or updating your power of attorney and living will. How you begin your path will depend on what you have, what assets are in your name, and the current living environment of the applicant. Start by creating a list of all assets. What are assets? Examples of assets include bank accounts, retirement accounts, stocks, bonds, and cash value in whole life insurance policies. It will be your responsibility to disclose all assets, including employer-owned life insurance policies. No asset is too small. Delay in asset disclosure may result in a delay in your eligibility. Once you have an all-inclusive list of your assets, you will divide the list into two columns. One labeled open and the other labeled sheltered. Yes, you guessed it. There are some assets that are not open to Medicaid resource assessment. There are some assets that are not included in the Medicaid resource calculation. An example of this would be a primary residence of the community spouse. A community spouse is the spouse that remains in the primary residence. Medicaid will not require you to sell your primary residence unless it is not occupied by an owner. Because every situation is different, and assets will vary, it is impossible to cover every instance in this video. Therefore, if you would like to discuss your specific needs, please reach out to me at jcdalternativesolutions@gmail.com. You can schedule a free 30-minute call with me. During this call, we can review your specific situation and establish an outline of steps to begin your journey to Medicaid planning. If you are ready to learn more about Medicaid planning and the eligibility process, please tune in to my next video where I will review the next step in the planning journey. After you understand your assets, and which are open to assessment, you will want to understand how income is considered. How income is distributed between spouses when one is living in a facility. What is Medicaid spend down, and when does it begin? Exciting, right? Until next time, stay informed.